365. Um, I'm going to go live here for a little while. Uh, have had some questions. We've had some questions. Liz and I have had some questions come in uh, asking us about travel from Europe or from the Middle East to the United States, or travel anywhere in the world to the United States. Uh, Given the major conflict, war, whatever you want to call it, now ongoing with Iran in the Middle East that started on Saturday, I think it's a concern to many travelers across the world whether or not they should proceed with their plans to fly into the United States, which would be, in their mind, or at least sometimes portrayed in the news as a major issue, given that the United States is a major player in the conflict in Iran. So, should you proceed to the United States on a planned vacation, business plans, or otherwise? It is my opinion that you could continue with those plans, and the odds or the risk that you're taking on of a safety issue are minimal to low at this point. You might have heard of the potential uh, terrorist action by a solo actor in Austin, Texas. That matter is still being investigated by the Austin Police Department, Texas Texas Bureau of Investigation, as well as the FBI, and they have not reached that conclusion, despite the uh, the appearance and the dress by that sole actor of the mass shooting there over the weekend. So, if you have a vacation plan, for example, at Disney World at Orlando, and you're planning to fly into Orlando, and I'm well familiar with that airport, uh, it shouldn't be a major issue for you. The biggest issue coming in or out of the United States right now is really uh, the funding, the lack of funding by Congress for the Homeland Security Department, and that includes the TSA, Transportation Security Agency. Those are the officers that screen you at airports coming and going. So if there's any issues there, it would be more of delays. I recently flew, but this was shortly before the conflict started, and there were really minimal delays. But now, with the greater scrutiny, your length of processing time could be longer. And that is probably the biggest thing that I can tell you right now. And that is that your screening time is probably going to go up. So you need to make sure that any airport across the world that you're flying from to the United States, you get there early. You get there early, and this may be this may be nothing new to some of you, and I'm not telling you anything of of what you think is great importance, and that's okay. But make sure you increase the time you're going to spend in security lines. Um, the other thing is, I believe that you can safely travel to the United States and enjoy a pre planned vacation that you may have with little disruption overall. So I think that's the main concern. I wouldn't be concerned about the flying. I wouldn't be concerned about coming to the United States or any of the major cities. Now, obviously, anytime there is a heightened terrorist alert here in the United States, our police departments and federal agencies gear up to to stop those things before they start, and I think we have a pretty good handle on those things. The main thing is crowds. Anytime you have a crowded incidents, those raise some odds of potential problems. But as long as you practice normal, good security uh, with your with your locations and directions, you should be fine. I don't see it as a major issue. Again, if you're traveling from anywhere in the world to the United States, there shouldn't be any major issues in that regard. Let's take a few comments here. Let's see if I can see a few comments on the screen. Yes, hi to TBNGB. Hi, hello, how are you? Hello, Mr. Know-It-All. I'm not sure who that is, but been called a lot of things in life. Mr. Know-It-All. I don't know it all. Okay. Mr. Know-It-All, which country are you from? I'm from the United States here, and I'm in Tampa, Florida right now. Hi from Will Torres goes Mr. A to Z Alphabet. Hello to you, sir. But you know, people have raised that as a concern about travel. Now, traveling, obviously, we're just talking about travel here to the United States today. Uh, if you have questions about that, if you have some planned travel, why I'm on the air here live, you can go ahead and ask me about that, and I'll give you my opinion. But everything on this side is pretty calm. There's Mr. Heckler, 2576. I'm in Tampa too. Okay, where in Tampa are you? And maybe he'll answer, maybe he won't. I don't know. Uh, hello, Locker YT. Glad to see you on here today. Now, in terms of Liz and I's travel, we are kind of waiting and watching because obviously we travel worldwide, and we're waiting to see how this is going to unfold over the next few weeks. We expect that our travel will be restricted here to the United States for a while. We've got plenty to do here. In fact, plenty to see here in the United States that we haven't seen in our lifetime. So I think that that is probably something we're going to be thinking about as well. The southeast part. Well, that doesn't narrow it down for me there, 2576, if in fact, uh, but that's okay. If you have any questions specifically about travel to the United States, that's kind of the topic I'm addressing here this morning. But it's always good to see everybody out there and hope your day is going well. I'm just enjoying a cup of coffee sitting out here on the back porch. But yes, the current conflict in the Middle East has caused a lot of concerns for a lot of people. And, you know, a lot of people have had travel plans from everywhere: Asia, Europe, South America. But those travel plans really shouldn't be a big problem for you coming to the United States. As I mentioned earlier, I think your security processing times will go up. Make sure you check with your airlines and any airport information where you are to ensure that. Now, one of the things that hopefully will get done this week is the full funding of Congress for the Homeland Security Department here, as TSA is affected by that. And if the TSA members are having to go to work now, those officers, those screening officers, without pay, and that can be a problem if those members start calling in sick or decide they're not going to show up for a day or two. That can really slow things down, and I think that is a potential issue here in terms of more processing out of the country than processing into the country. That can be a real problem. So travel security time is the main thing you want to focus on. But coming to the United States for a pre-planned vacation, whether you're going to the beach, whether you're going to a major city for an activity or event, or going to major attractions in the Orlando, Florida area, should not raise too many risks for you at this point. Uh, so, um, keep that in mind. If you have a specific question about a location or want our opinion on it, uh, please send us a direct a DM, a direct message, as some of you do, and or you can uh, ask me when we're on here. Now here's Locker YT. I'm from Sweden. I really want to go to Florida and visit Universal. Yes, Lockett. Uh, Flying from Sweden to the United States, you'd fly into Orlando or Tampa. You can fly into Orlando or Tampa from, you're not going to fly in there direct from Sweden, but those those airports will get you to Orlando, where you would see Universal, where you would see Disney World, obviously, and other attractions there. SeaWorld's there as well. You could do that, and it's not going to be a real safety issue for you there, in my opinion. Uh, those are safe venues. They're well run, and they're going to have plenty of security there, and you won't even feel that security. Uh, this time of year, between March and April, are good times to come for weather. The weather is better and the crowds are down. You're still going to be crowded. I was just over there a few weeks ago at Disney Springs, and it was quite crowded. But you don't want to come in the summer if you can avoid it. The summer is a lot warmer temperatures, very high humidity, and the crowds are just huge. So try to avoid it if you can at that point. But okay, I think that's going to uh, wrap it up here for me today, unless you have some specific questions. But again, travel to the United States, in summary, travel to the United States should not be a major security risk for you, shouldn't heighten your odds of running into problems as you come into the United States. Just make sure you have the proper visas for your visits. Um, like if you're coming as a tourist, you have that tourist visa. Check with your local airports and airlines about security processing times. Otherwise, I don't have any problems or think you're going to have any problems flying into the United States given today's circumstances. We welcome you to the United States. Come on in, have a good time, and I will give you updates, travel alerts like we do on this channel from the United States side, and just what we're doing in general. And if you haven't subscribed or want to join us in our journeys or discussions on the channel, which I'd like to do a few more of these, and Liz can join me in these as we move forward. So everybody have a great travel day, and we hope to catch up to you again soon. All right, this is Bruce from Older and Bolder 365. Goodbye and happy journeys to everybody out there. Bye-bye.